I've tracked every health metrics that are in some way related to health. From blood samples to simply tracking my workouts, I've done it all. And I can tell you that there are three main ones that are way more worth your time than the others. And I will present them to you today so you can get as fast as possible to your goals without wasting your time. Subscribe if you enjoyed this kind of advice, and without further ado, let's get into it. Now, for the first one, hear me out. It's one of the most underrated and overlooked metric that you could track in my opinion, but in appearance, it's kinda useless. So listen well. The first metric to track is the number of time that you feel stressed, anxious, and sad on a daily basis. So maybe you do that in your notes, on your phone, or on a paper, and you just make a mark every time you feel that kind of emotions. Now, why is it very important? Because stress levels is super important factor for any objectives you want to accomplish that are health related, even outside of health actually. But let's say you want to lose weight, how stressed or anxious you are will be very important, because you'll need to recover well from eventual workouts that you do to burn extra calories. You will need to take good decisions like eat the right foods, try to stay consistent on your good habits, and that works better if you're less stressed, etc. Also for longevity, if you want to live for a long time, which I think practically everyone wants to, you need to have the lowest stress level possible. And as I said, for recovery, so if you don't want to get injured, if you want to get results faster, having low stress level is very important. So now that you see how important stress is, it's quite logical to try to reduce it. So you get faster results, you get better results, and over time, you will just feel better. And the best way to know whether or not you're improving in this domain is to track how many times per day or per week you feel stressed or anxious, or things like that. And if over time you try to reduce your stress by, I don't know, improving your relationship, maybe journaling a little bit, exercising a little more, and things like that, you'll see the number of times that you're stressed go down. And that's a great metric to track because, as I said, we want to reduce it. So if you don't see a reduction of the number of time where you're stressed daily, you might need to change some things. You might need to try new things to be less stressed, or to change up other things in your lifestyle. And it gives you a very good indication of how stressed you are, and also if you are less stressed than maybe a month before, because you have actual number to look at and to see if you're actually less stressed. So that's the first metric. Very important, very easy to do. Everyone can do it. It takes no time, just a little bit of awareness to realize, maybe on the moment or after it, that you were really stressed or anxious. Now, second metric, and I think it's the most basic one of this list, but it's so high leverage that I still needed to put it in, even though it's practically common sense. This second metric is tracking your workouts. So whether it be fitness like lifting weights or running or walking, anything you do that's physical, track it in some way. Because let's say you work out for health or for aesthetics or for getting stronger, any goals you have with working out will be reached faster if you track your workouts. Because two things. First one, progressive overload. If you want to get any gains in any physical realm, you need to improve over time. Like if you're lifting weights, you need to try to either do more reps or lift more weights, something like that. If you run, you need to try to run a little bit longer or a little bit faster, something like that. Same for walking, same for any physical exercise. Because by doing that, you will still provide your body a good amount of stress so it can adapt to it. Let's say you run 2 times a week for 5 kilometers. At first, it might be hard, but after week 4, 5, or 6, it might become easier. And over time, if you run always at the same speed and the same distance, it will become easier and easier. So your body won't have to adapt to it anymore. You won't need to get stronger or to lose some weight in order to run these 5 kilometers at this speed. So your body will stop adapting. You won't get stronger anymore. You won't gain strength. Your cardio won't get better. But if, let's say, every 2 weeks you try to run a little bit faster or to run a little bit longer, or I don't know, you run a third time in the week. Here, you add extra stress on your body. So it has adapted to the first state, 5 kilometers 2 times a week, but now it needs to adapt again and you keep improving. But if you stop trying to do a little bit better, you will stop getting new results. That's why tracking your workouts are very important, because you know what you did last time and you can try to do better next time. And over time, you can see if your numbers go up, if you run more, if you run faster. And if it's not the case and it's your goal, you can again try to change things, like to work out in another way, to maybe recover differently, so you can get the results you want. So that's the first reason, very, very important. Second reason is recovery. As always, the thing you want least to happen is an injury. And tracking your workouts is also very good for one reason, and it's to see if your performance go down over time. And let's say you're doing pull-ups and you can do 3 sets of 10 pull-ups in your workouts, and you try to improve, you manage to improve, maybe now you do 3 sets of 12 and everything is going good. But suddenly you see that you only manage to do, I don't know, 3 sets of 9 or 3 sets of 10 for 1 or 2 weeks. That's a very good indication that your body is tired. And even though you don't necessarily feel super sore or something like that, if you see your results plummet like that for 1 or 2 weeks, it means that you need some rest. Maybe 1 or 2 days of complete rest, or a deload week. A deload week is a week where you still exercise, but at like 40 to 60% of your capacity. So if normally you ran 10K, you will run 4 to 6K at an easy pace. And that will allow your body to recover, because you're not forcing it to adapt. So that's the true reason why tracking your workouts are super important. And really, if you want to have results physically, you need to track your workouts. Again, it's an easy metric to track. Just put it in your notes or write it down on a sheet of paper and you'll be good. Now, third and last metric, which I think will be a little bit controversial, but I still decided to put this one over other things because it has helped me a lot during my personal health journey, and I think that it can be beneficial to everybody. And this metric is tracking calories. Why is tracking calories important? First one is weight loss. One of the unhealthiest things you can do is to be super overweight or obese. And one of the healthiest things you can do is to lose weight if you're really overweight, because everything will work better, it's less stress for your body, you will recover better, everything will be easier, and there is nothing that can make you healthier than actually losing weight if you're overweight. And counting your calories is the easiest way to do that, because if you track your calories in a way that you eat less than what you spend, you will lose weight, guaranteed. So that's quite an easy way to do it. Of course, you can lose weight in many other ways. You can lose weight without counting calories, but counting calories makes it almost a guarantee if you do it in a good way. Now, second reason, for those who maybe don't have to lose weight, or maybe want to lose weight but without counting calories will teach you a lot about your foods, like what's in your food, not only the calories, but also the proteins, which are super important for satiety, your hormones, how you recover, and many other things like fibers, which are also really important for your health. Just counting your calories, not forever. I'm not telling you here to count your calories forever, but counting your calories for a couple of months, which will teach you a lot about what you eat and what's in your food, which will allow you later to eat better because you have a better knowledge of what's in your food. And that's super important. And in my opinion, there is no easier way to learn as much about your food than counting calories. It's a little bit time consuming. Yes, you need to weight things, you need to put it in an app, but you don't need to do it for a long time. A few months will be enough, and you will learn a lot about what's in your food, which will help you to stay healthy long term, because you'll know better how to eat. So in summary, the 3 most important metrics to track are how many times you're stressed or anxious or something like that during a day, your workouts, and how many calories you eat. You don't need to do it forever, but if you want to lose weight or if you've never done it before, it can be a very good thing to do. Please tell me in the comment if you think that I forgot a metric or if you don't agree with me. Also subscribe if you enjoyed this video, it really means a lot to me. You can check the link in the description for my newsletter. It's advice and step-by-step guides on how to improve your health. I put a lot of effort in it, and if you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy my newsletter, so go check that out. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I'll see you next time. Stay healthy.